Yo, guys, and we're back.
Yes, we are. Is that it?
No, I was gonna say something.
Oh, okay, go.
Yeah.
Go. You went quiet.
I know. I had to regroup, think in my head. Yeah. Yo, guys, we're back. We've got 3 guests, 2 special ones, 1 new one because Liban couldn't be here.
Oof.
What? Liban couldn't be here? What am I talking about? Liban is here. So yeah, the first guest.
The first guest.
Our first guest. Intro this week. Okay.
Our first guest is one of the best. He said he was gonna be hiding.
He did.
But he's actually here. That's my guy, Liban.
Yeah, come on, you already know.
Round of applause for him.
Didn't duck.
And the man that can't be defeated.
Yes, sir.
Shook his show with the black gloves.
Oh,
he came to kill.
Came to kill.
And our special guest
Carried Ole out.
is Sharky. First time here. What are you telling me?
It feels so good to be a guest, finally.
Oh, it's different, isn't it?
Star Play's hosting today, so it feels so good to be a guest. Finally, man.
I've been at every single episode, so I feel like I've got it.
True.
100%
yeah.
attendance.
You done?
Yeah, now you go.
Thank you so much. So
That's never happening again.
if you were,
Yeah, I felt like
Why not, man?
last time we're doing
There's gonna be a time where Sharky's gonna be away.
it's true. I'm
gonna take over.
It's been your most enthusiastic performance over the past couple of weeks, though. I'd give it that.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't say wallahi, but
That's 1 episode. Fair enough. I'll take it.
All right, I'm just gonna add to that if you guys are watching on YouTube and you want to hear our voices only, head over to Spotify and iTunes and type in Sharky.sports. If you're listening to us on Spotify and iTunes and you want to watch the videos, head over to YouTube and type in Sharky.sports. If you are watching it, remember, and you want to hear the full episode, it's all on the audio. Also, if you want to get involved online, use the hashtag SDSPod on Twitter. We all get involved. We check your tweets. I read some of your tweets out, and I will be throughout this video. So yeah, hashtag SDSPod, and let's get into it today, Liban. There's been a recurring theme with you. We know that, and that is whenever United lose,
apparently I'm not here.
you don't turn up.
Yeah, apparently.
Like
so,
you somehow you got something on.
I'm here today.
You're here today, and you lost 4-1.
You know what I mean? So these are like little theories, and that is obviously I had to put it to bed.
But you know what I think it is?
Why is it?
If Man United lost and Ole was still in charge, I think he wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But the fact that Ole's not here no more,
The death of Ole.
he's smiling. He goes, you know what? I'll take the L just to get Ole out.
Exactly.
So now,
So we've done 2 videos. We spoke about Ole before. Should Ole leave? Is it time for Ole to go? Or he's finally gone.
Yeah.
And we needed a Man United fan. We needed a spokesman of Manchester United. We couldn't get Harry Pinero, so we got Liban.
Crazy.
But you know what though? You were going. You were trying to call me out on my previous tweets about Ronnie. Yeah.
Yes.
What about this guy, bro?
What was his tweet? What did you find?
No, but over the past weekend,
Yeah.
talking about Alhamdulillah,
Oh, about Ole.
Ole's gone.
Yeah, he's happy.
But for how many videos have we shot during the year about Man United and Ole? And he's always said, "Oh, give him to the end of the season." He's always been
okay.
given to the end of the
Right.
season.
Do you think it was the right time for him to go?
Okay, I think if we go back to a previous episode, and I
watched it as well.
Yeah,
I watched the room.
What did I
we
say?
We're speaking in the chat. I watched it.
So I said
He was leaning on the fence towards
it, but I always said that Ole deserved to stay to the end of the season. But obviously that's also depending on the results. So like I said, I even said on that same episode that nobody's immune to getting sacked. If the results don't add up and the results are bad and they're consistently bad, then of course there may need to be a change. And unfortunately, that was the case. That's how it actually turned out to be. Like the results obviously were bad over the past couple of months. It didn't look like it was going to get any better. So the only decision left was for him to go.
But why couldn't he keep him until the Arsenal game at least, man?
I was praying for that, you know that.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. But we already looked through. Like it was not oblivious to us that he wasn't playing the greatest at the start of the year.
Yeah, but
anyway.
you thought they were going to win the league.
Yeah, I did. But they started off quite well though.
So what happened?
No, but like,
Tottenham started off well,
but
Spurs won their first
that's
three.
what I'm trying to say. But like he said, results caused him to get the sack and change his opinion. But to be honest,
Never changed my opinion, bro.
Well, it made you say that you were willing for him to get sacked and happy that he was going to get sacked.
Yeah, bro.
But we all knew.
I can tell you the exact moment for me where it was like that was the final nail in the coffin. It was literally the Liverpool game when we lost 5-0. There was one specific moment, and I'll tell you now exactly moment when I was like, yeah, you know what? When I found this out, I was like, that was it for me, literally. It was the moment where when he was bringing Cavani on, I don't even know this story, yeah?
Yes.
When he was bringing Cavani on, he was instructing Cavani to basically play in a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Not taking into account the fact that Pogba had been sent off.
Yep.
Cavani was a bit confused. So Cavani's like, what do you mean 4-4-2? He said, yeah, I want you guys to play 4-4. I want you to play 4-4-2, so I want you to play up front with Ronnie. He's like, telling his translator, look, does this guy not know that we're down to 10 men? Pogba's gone. When I found that out, and you could see this conversation happening, it's you know, like you could visibly see this conversation
4K.
happening. 4K, bro. I said, yeah, this brother, I can't lie to you. As much of as a nice person as he is, well, you know, everybody at the club seems to like him. He's brought. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like since he's come in to where we are now, he's definitely made progression with the team. I think he's stabilized. He steadied the ship. I think he's brought a feel good factor back to Old Trafford. I think there's more of a family vibe now at the club where everybody, from players to management, I think everyone's bonding with each other. I think his man management skills, in terms of him as a person, I think he's an amazing person. And I think that you could tell that all the players love him. You could tell everybody at the club loves him.
Do they all love him? Maguire?
I think they all love him.
Why, you reckon Maguire's happy?
I think they all love him. In terms of like him as a person, I think they all love him.
But do you think they're playing under him? They want to. They see. They respect him. They're scared of him. They want to play under him. They want to win games for him.
I think. Do you know what it is, bro? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes you have to differentiate between. Sometimes you have to be professional, and then there's times where obviously you can also have a personal connection with that person. So I think in terms of a personal connection, I think they all had some sort of bond with Ole. But I talk about on the pitch, I think they started to lose respect for him. In terms of it became obvious as weeks went by that Ole doesn't really have a what would you say, like a grips of any sort of like direction of what's happening on the pitch, and that kind of translated onto the pitch. I always say like the team is a reflection of the manager. Yeah. So the way the team plays and the way the team approaches matches is always going to reflect the manager. So you can see that on the pitch. There was nothing really going on.
But that's what I can't put my finger quite on the situation, because you look at it as in terms of when managers get the sack.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where either it becomes toxic in the fans, where they're fed up with the results and performances. But in general, I thought like I didn't get any vibes from the fact that the team weren't playing for him. I felt everybody was trying to win their game, win games, putting in the effort. I personally think it might be a bit harsh on Ole. As much as we can clearly and evidently see that his team selection and the way his style of football is obviously there's nothing really to it.
Yeah.
At the same time, you got to think to yourself, are these players good enough to play for Man United? He talks about Harry Maguire at the back, clearly not a great player. Wan-Bissaka has been question marks over the past year of his performances. Fred,
but these guys are all players that, especially the defenders you named, were they were highly rated.
Harry Maguire had question marks around him anyway. Wan-Bissaka has been playing well, but it's just I just personally think it's still also a bit. If the blame has to fall on players a lot of the time as well, you know.
Yeah,
I can't lie to you.
I don't think so, bro.
But at the same time,
I completely disagree.
Yeah, but I know managers can make a huge influence on the game. Tuchel has made it in system changes, not so much formation, like not so much in terms of personnel, but system changes and the way you train. Because like on the weekend, I personally think it was our best performance of the last 2 years. And I'm thinking to myself, this is how well Tuchel's got our team playing now, because the team hasn't really changed, but we're playing more efficient, faster, quicker, more accurate, technically better. And then you look at Ole and you think, right, he hasn't really done much with the system and hasn't really been able to get the best out of his players. But the only problem I think with Ole, of what I've kind of been a bit critical over, is just the fact that how has he not introduced Van der Beek into the squad?
Well, he tried to in the last game.
I know, but like it's weird.
I think that's where he's gone wrong though. Like you say that you don't think basically what your point is, I believe, is what you're trying to say, that you think that the players are just not good enough.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. To a certain extent,
okay. But I disagree, because I also think that a lot of it does come to the manager, in the sense of, like, for example, I think there's an over-reliance on individual brilliance, I think, which helped him a lot over the past 2 years.
Bruno Fernandes,
Ronaldo
recently,
Marcus Rashford, and there's been glimpses of
Greenwood.
Marcus, what's it?
Even Greenwood,
Greenwood at one point. So I think there was definitely an over-reliance on individual brilliance. That's one aspect. I think also not dropping players after poor performances. I think players like you mentioned, Harry Maguire's, the Aaron Wan-Bissakas, when players are not playing well, in the past, especially Man United, when you look back on Fergie days, I think Fergie, I remember you couldn't play 2-3 games. You couldn't have a string of 2-3 bad performances.
Yeah,
you
but
have
even
one or two, you could have 1, 2, and there's a chance that you might not be in the lineup the next game.
But is that due to depth?
It doesn't matter about depth.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're quite deep. I think they're quite weak in their depth.
No,
to be honest,
I disagree.
Going
I think
forward, they got loads.
No, going forward, yeah, but I'm talking in terms of defensive wise.
Even defense,
like,
Luke Shaw,
no, but
Alex
the
Telles
fitness,
should be playing. Like Dalot can play. Like
certain usage of players later on in games and trying to save players 20 minutes, 30 minutes is important in terms of going into next games and stuff like that. You save players minutes, but yeah, I think there's a big combination of both. I think when you look at the quality in terms of the league now, and you look at some of the players that are playing for United at the moment, Fred and McTominay clearly he knows they don't cut it. 1739 don't cut it. Certain styles of the players going forward necessarily is very dependent on people who work around him. Pogba, Bruno, it's very reliant on the players around them doing their jobs.
Depth, like I said, the depth is important because if we look at, we played Liverpool the other day. Henderson and Keita wasn't fit. So who played? Thiago and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Like that's real depth.
Even Chelsea, same
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. I think that's real depth.
That's real depth.
I don't think United have real depth.
United, say
Eric Bailly's a half-fit player.
I think midfield,
say Arsenal, we don't have Xhaka the missing. We got either Sambi or Maitland-Niles to pick from. I don't think either of them.
No, but I hear what you're saying.
Depth is important if you want to go on and win the league.
Yeah, I hear what and I agree with that. But at the same time as well, 2 points on that.
Yes.
The first thing is when it comes to depth with Man United, I think the only area where you can really pinpoint and say there's not really much depth is midfield. I agree to a certain extent. Even midfield, I agree to a certain extent because Van der Beek hasn't really had much opportunities. There's been so many times and countless occasions where, bro, the performances that McTominay and Fred have been putting in, week out, I don't understand why Van der Beek hasn't played more often.
That is only the only question.
Started more often.
But isn't that based on respect with the manager? As in, because as you said, people think players might think they've lost the dressing room. Like what do you call it? Ole's lost the dressing room.
Yeah, but then no one's really come out and said anything about that. People have been highly talking of him or players.
You keep it indoors or whatever. But with Man United, it's like there's a certainty. It's like a guarantee. You can have a shit performance, as you said with Fergie, 2-3 games. Oh, I could be dropped. With Man United, it's like okay, cool. Bruno could have stinky games, but you're just like. He's starting every week, or McTominay, Fred. That they might have shit games where you're like, okay, cool, I can tweak it, but I don't want to tweak it because either you don't have depth, or either he doesn't trust his players like that.
And that's the problem, though, bro. You see, what you just mentioned now in terms of him continuously playing players like Bruno, even when they're having bad games. I think that has an effect on the morale of the team. Because I was reading reports, like there's so many leaks. I don't know where these leaks are coming from in the Man United dressing room, but there's leaks coming out where I read one apparently that players were baffled that Lingard and Van der Beek haven't been consistently being picked. Yeah. Even though apparently they're playing incredible in training. Apparently they've been consistently
that's why I respect Van der Beek as well, man.
In training, Van der Beek and Lingard, and yet they're not being picked. And there's reports coming out that players are baffled by that decision. Yeah. You have reports where Bailly confronted Ole in front of the whole team about why he played Harry Maguire.
The half-fit game against Leicester.
Half-fit game, yeah. He drew him out, bro, in front of the whole team. So
I don't know if Ole's that person where he can take confrontation. He can take that. Oh yeah, a player come to G-check me.
But that's why I
stand my ground. Do I have to let it go past? I don't know what it is.
So that's what I mean. So his management in terms of team selections, I think has been poor, and I feel like he hasn't had enough balls to drop players.
Yeah, that's facts.
I think he's been a bit too pragmatic. I think he overthinks about the results and the consequences.
And the only thing I don't really like about Man United as well is you'll play the same lineup on Wednesday that you'll play on Saturday. There's no depth. There is. You've got depth.
The rotation
he'll play 11, the same 11 week in week out. Like with Arsenal, you can do that because we play once a week.
No, but it's not even.
But with you guys, it's like you got Champions League. Obviously, you're out of the Carabao Cup, so you got the Champions League to worry about. You got the Premier League to worry about. But it'll be the same 11. Like as you stated time ago with Ronaldo, you're like, I want him to play, but I'm not playing him week in, week out. I'm going to drop him for games. If he wants to play Champions League, he can play Champions League and then have a cameo when it comes to the Prem or whatever it is.
I agree with you. And you know what? Your point is good as well because I think from personal, like, this is my opinion, innit? When you do that and you don't have the same. Because I think
because
Fergie
Chelsea
had a
do
thing
that
where
best.
he never
Ruben
used to
starts
have
the
the same
Champions League
lineup
games,
every
but
week.
he's not going to really start in the
No,
Prem.
but the thing is what it is, Liban, is what like when you really haven't got nowhere to go in terms of like you ain't really got much to lose in terms of like you're losing games anyway. You're dropping results anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like as if you're in a position of when well Chelsea are top of the league at the moment, but like say if when Man City was top of the league or if Liverpool was top of the league, their 11 ain't changing because they're saying why am I gonna you don't fix something that ain't broken.
Okay.
But with United, they've had countless opportunities to tweak their formation, lineups, use of squad depth, of them being able to get people
He
rest.
actually tried to, didn't he? Tried to go
whatever.
through the back, panic
Yeah, but
mode
I think
after
he-
Liverpool
but I
game.
No, but that was after Liverpool game.
I
But
think that was after
he's had a lot
Liverpool
of
game,
chances
and
before that.
He kind of had to look like he was doing something different. Do you know what I mean? Where I think go off what he's saying. I think when you like Fergie used to do this thing where he never had the same lineup every week. He would make one or two changes to his lineup every single week, and I think what that did psychologically to the players is it make them think, right, I've always got to be on my
My
toes.
spot's not guaranteed.
My spot is never guaranteed.
So in training,
And
you're gonna
in
bang
training,
everything.
You've got to be sharp all the time.
Fabio Silva would
and
come
when-
in.
when-
Raphael would come in.
come in, and
John O'Shea will play centre mid.
Thank you. And you know, going back to his point, because he was saying earlier on, Fergie used to have depth. But if you look at the depth that Fergie had, they weren't all amazing.
Oh no,
players.
not in terms of quality, but in terms of being available players that are there.
That's
No,
the
but
thing.
that-
United,
that-
everybody's available.
yeah, but
Who's
that-
injured at United?
No, but like
No
Eric
one.
But that
Bailly's
builds-
come back and is he
yeah.
really fit? Is Lindelof
But
really
I would
fit?
take look. I'll be honest with you.
But that
I would
builds
take
confidence
a
for me.
75.
No.
I would take a 75%, 80% Eric Bailly over Harry Maguire at the moment.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I would take. You know what I mean? Even if
that's
Varane just
that-
come back
yeah.
from injury, I would take a fully fit Varane.
But that's
over
why
Harry
that's
Maguire.
why
So
I
there's
can
certain
blame
things-
Oli
yeah.
to a certain
Yeah.
extent of him not being able to use
Yeah,
and
100%.
and change around the
But that
like the
keeps
players.
that also keeps the change room and the players' morale up.
Of course.
because they're not
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
they're not guaranteed to start every week. So they know fringe players, role players can be like, I got a chance to play this week. I didn't play last week, but I know I've got a chance to play with this week because all you got to do is turn up in training, do what you need to
And
do,
do your bit in the game.
and then obviously
That's it.
with as you said, with Van der Beek and Jay Lings,
Yeah.
It's just
they're
weird to
playing
me.
amazing in training or whatever. They have a little cameo. They do good stuff.
Yeah.
But then they know they somehow know their role. Like
Yeah.
they could have they could have 2 months straight of amazing training.
What's the point?
Having
Yeah, what's the point of working hard in training? You know you're not going to start on the
Exactly.
weekend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on,
So it's
bro,
like, I don't know,
Deep,
I don't know.
how demoralizing that can
It
be.
is.
Yeah.
And you know, bro, at the end of the day, these people are all human. Like,
Yeah.
their teammates will also notice these things. It's not just them, and that's what all these reports are coming out now, where players are saying that they're baffled that Van der Beek's not playing. They're baffled that Lingard's not playing. I even read yesterday Dalot was apparently confused that he hasn't had more chances to play because of Aaron Bissaka's performance.
Performances,
yeah.
So
Yeah, but
it's like-
the calendar year allows you to introduce these players
Yeah.
into the team.
yeah.
It always does. You got your Carling Cup games, your FA Cup games, the international breaks.
Obviously, Carlo
obviously,
Cup kind
whatever.
of went out earlier. I think
No, I know,
that didn't help him.
yeah,
as
that
well,
doesn't
yeah.
help. But when you're, but that's what that you get them opportunities. But if
But
you
that's his
throw
fault.
them players in there
That's his fault
and
as
they
well.
don't perform, and then they get knocked out with those rotational players, that's the transparency that most managers could. Like, I think Ollie's quite transparent anyway, but that's the transparency. What managers will then say to their players that they realise, right? Look, I've given you this chance today in the Carabao Cup. You've made us get knocked out early.
Yeah.
But
Then you got a reason
yeah.
to only bring them on maybe 10, 15 minutes into a game later
But
on
for
in the
me-
game.
But then
But
when
for
you
me,
have
that's
a-
their-
but
that's
when
their
you have a
fault, though.
string of
yeah.
That's I think that's Ollie's fault because you could have a Van der Beek, you could have a Lingard. They might not sniff a pitch for 3 games, and then they're telling him you have to play Carabao Cup against West Ham.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I
a
haven't
tough
played
game,
3
man.
games. I haven't played 3 games. I'm match fit, but I'm not like game ready. Like,
Sharp-
game
Yeah, but
sharpness and everything.
the
It's
play,
like,
but
and
they're
if
the
we lose, they're gonna pin it on us because this is the reason why
No,
these
but
guys
it's
don't
pressure.
play. But
No,
that's not their fault. That's
yeah,
not
but
their
Stars
fault.
is pressure. But at the same time, you're playing at the top level and you're at the top club. So when you're giving them slight opportunities, when you're not in the starting 11 and you're not in the plans of match days, you have to turn up in them games when you're given the opportunity. So that's why that if Ollie did give them that opportunity into them games and they didn't perform, then you've got the
But
reason
then
to
you
be
also
able
have
to
to
say,
understand,
right, you're
bro.
not
Sean,
playing.
you have to also understand. You know, I always say this. Yeah, football is a confident sport. So sometimes that one game they might not have the most dazzling performances in that one game, but let's say, for example, you put in Dalot and he gives you a 6 out of 10 or maybe a 7 out of 10. Yeah. Play him the next game, he might then give you a 7.5, and then you play the game after that, then he might give you an 8. and then you gives you 8.5 after that, and then all of a sudden now he's consistently giving you 8.5.
No, but how are you going to
good player that's consistently?
But how are you going to give someone 3 or 4 game runs when you've got clear first choices just sitting there?
But then
unless they're injured,
like for example, look, I remember Saka, for example, he's had, I think, for me this season, a number of bad performances. I think Dalot, especially the fact that he had such a good loan spell last season, deserves at least a little bit of a run. If after maybe 3 games you realize Dalot's not really cutting it, then you got the excuse. And you know what? I gave this guy an opportunity. You know, I gave him a string of games and he didn't really perform. So I'm gonna bring Aaron Wan-Bissaka back into the fold.
But that's the balance you get of being a top manager in a top job when your expectations are high and you're saying, right, we need to win games. The risk assessment of that
that's literally what I'm saying. Because when you're not winning, you're losing, and your job's at risk. Your job's at like everyone's watching you. You like everyone, you know your job's at risk of losing. You don't want to make that little risky change into the team.
Yeah, but do you see what it is?
But it takes big balls.
It takes the big balls
to bring in the second choice whilst your job was under like that much pressure.
You're gonna die. If you're gonna die, I'd rather die going out trying.
That's exactly what I'm thinking as well. It's like my job's at risk anyways. We're not winning with this team. I'd rather take the risk.
That's why I said to you, you never had much to.
You know, that's the difference between being a good manager and a top manager. That is that you're willing to take these risks. Yep. I think Fergie in his first FA Cup final for United, did he not take off his first choice goalkeeper in the second leg of the final? You see in the documentary, he took off his first because his first choice keeper had
a bad game.
It was not even I don't think it was just that game. I think it was a build up, a run up. But he was just playing. He was just having horror show after horror show after horror show. And this is his first choice goalkeeper that he's had. When he brought him from Aberdeen, So that means he's trusted his keeper. He has a very good relationship with his keeper, and he dropped him for the second leg in the FA Cup final. Because he said, I can't afford another mistake. Because he made a mistake in the first leg, which basically cost them. And I think Ian Wright scored.
Ian Wright scored that game twice. I think.
And apparently that goalkeeper now hasn't spoken to Ferguson.
Still hasn't spoken to him.
Imagine. Because of that, he took it so personal. But to be a top level manager, I think, and to be at the elite, the Guardiolas, the Klopps, the Tuchels, they're not scared to make these decisions. You know that they're not. Really
they're also not upset. They're not scared to upset.
He said, "He's not Arteta in there."
No, but he's also not scared to upset players, and that's the thing. Sometimes you can be a player manager and be and try and facilitate and make everyone happy, but at the same time, that's not going to get you the results. Sometimes you have to be a bastard.
Well, he's gone. Do you think it's the right time for him to
go? You know what? I feel sorry for like obviously right now we're talking about all the bad stuff, but I also want to mention some of the good stuff that he did, bro. Like, I don't want to take it for granted because like with Ole,
he's been the best manager since Fergie.
Yeah, he's been our best manager for so. That's easy. That's easy. Like he's been our best manager, and I feel like he also deserves credit for that as well. I don't think it should only be about the negatives. I think we should also focus on some of the positive things he done. For example, bringing in Mason Greenwood. Being able to bring in someone like that, I think that's somebody that's going to be at the club for a very, very long time, and he's one of those players for me. He's going to go right to the top, like right to the top. So he deserves credit for that. I think he also deserves credit for the progression that he's made with the team. You know, finishing third and then finishing second. I also say that run after Project Restart. I think that's that period of Manchester United. That's some of the best football I've seen Manchester United play for a long time.
The away record. You know, the night in Paris, 2 nights in Paris even. You got the derby victories. I think he got more wins, I think, over Pep than Pep got over him, I think. He won every game that he played at Etihad, I think.
Yeah, I know that.
So it's like there's been some big moments, man. He's had some incredible things that he's done some incredible things that he should be proud of.
The moments them moments are big moments, but when the big moments don't result in any silverware,
and that's the thing.
It's a hard thing because when you say that he's by far our best manager since Fergie, his numbers weren't better than Jose.
But I think
his numbers are floating around Van Gaal's and even
I think that one is it's like you can't even look at numbers. You can see that Ole's done a better job for United than Mourinho. When Mourinho's at United, I know United looked like a depressing place.
Oh, bro.
No, I know.
As a fan,
I could not bear to put my
eyes. Even Van Gaal was like a 1-0 wins. It was negative football.
Even Van Gaal was like, you know, that period, bro. There's about a 3-year period. I genuinely found it hard to watch Man United on TV, bro. I genuinely I couldn't bear it, bro. I started to fall out of love with football, bro, because I just couldn't watch my team anymore. You know what I mean?
But it's also it's crazy to think that it's crazy to think of the unbeaten record that they had away from home. yet he only falls into that 54%
Yeah.
win rate category. It's mad because
Because they're home.
how?
Because
But then that's
Ole
what I'm
let every
saying.
team break records at Old Trafford.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. But then how was the performances that much better than what any of the other managers have really given you?
But it also goes beyond the football pitch as well. I think it also
The mood.
the mood,
Because he's a nice guy.
He's a Man
happy
United
guy.
man as well.
In
He's a Man
general,
United legend
it
as
was
well.
excitement. Like Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes brought in a lot of excitement for Man United moments.
Yeah, but
all
is
that
that
stuff.
is that him though? Is
It
that
is.
is
Oh, I think
was that
Ole's
Ole?
reign.
Shall I be
Within
honest
Ole's
with you? Shall I
reign.
be honest with
It's Ole's
you?
reign.
He
And they
had
got to
what-
a couple Europa League final.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
they had
I think as well he went to 4 or 5 semi-finals.
Yeah, something like that.
Like it's like I think him not winning a trophy, I think is very unfortunate. Because
Yeah, I think so too.
He doesn't
I think
have
so too.
Yeah, because
I think
him
he
not-
did a
doesn't
good
have-
enough job to
Yeah.
have.
He done a good enough trophy to have a
So,
Europa or an
his-
FA Cup in
like
it.
He lost on penalties.
Yeah,
bro.
it's true. No, but the progression he's made, it's unfortunate that he hasn't got a trophy to show for it.
Right,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real,
Because
for real.
he out of all the managers we had, he's the one that deserved it the most.
Yep.
Definitely. But
But
unfortunately,
then,
it didn't go that way,
that's where, as Sean said,
Yeah.
or Shark said, I forgot. The top managers and the good managers and the top
course,
managers,
yeah,
because you make when your back's against the wall or whatever,
Yeah.
when it's a pressure game,
Yeah.
you got to know what you're doing
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
jump.
he was
You've
out
got
of
a
his
week. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With the semi-finals, obviously you played the Chelsea FA Cup, whatever it was.
Yeah.
The Villarreal. Even though Emery beat Arsenal, he tactically beat Arteta. It was penalties. It could have gone either way, but everyone thought
But
Man
during the
United's
game,
going
they
to win
weren't great
that.
either.
Yeah,
The
man.
Villarreal game, the final.
Yeah,
During the
yeah,
game,
yeah,
that was
Yeah,
good.
like Man United on paper should have been.
Yeah.
No, Man
The run
United
he
in the
was
game,
on-
they dominated
Yeah.
the game anyway.
Man United, obviously you guys were on a good run. I thought you guys would win the FA, what do you call it, Europa League. It just didn't happen. But it's like you said, that the managers that are tactically just better than him.
I think going off what just Star said, I think like there were times where he's shown signs of him being out of his depth tactically, and I think that's what ultimately cost him at the end. Because I think if he was let's say if he was at least half decent in that department in sense of at least getting his tactics, because look, I think even Gary never pointed it out. Yeah, defensively, if you look at our shape when we don't have the ball, it's all over the place, bro. And that comes down to just simple basics, the fundamentals. You're going back to the training ground, and they're not there. It's obvious to see. You saw in the Liverpool games, and we got humiliated.
But
bro.
I don't understand that.
It's
because-
striker managers. It's this striker managers thing
No,
we
but
were
I don't
talking about
understand it
of
'cause
the
a lot-
defensive duties.
No, but
Because,
last,
like, I
last
think-
year you had the third best defense, and like
No,
the year
but-
before that you had a good defense. So it's like
Not really. If you look at their numbers by numbers, like I think you've conceded near enough a goal a game average.
Yeah, now.
season, yeah, but
Over,
there was
no,
time
over
where-
Ollie's reign,
One of the best
over Ollie's
defenses,
reign,
I
he's
remember.
conceded on average a goal a game.
Yeah, possibly. I haven't really checked it, so I
Mm.
don't really
No, but
know.
for me, I remember last year you guys had the third best defense or something. The
Yeah,
year
it
before,
was
like, you was
it was
decent
yeah,
defensively.
yeah.
You
We
was,
were-
it was
we
never,
did
never
improve.
bad.
We improved. I
Yeah.
think we improved, but I think this season has kind of been a bit.
Yeah.
shambolic.
No, this season, I think it just either it caught up or
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
It's just a bit sad, like the way he went out and just the video.
That's
the,
what I'm saying.
the
The
YouTube
interview.
vid.
That's the
Yeah.
interview.
no, I felt
made me-
bad.
I
felt so sorry for him,
I felt
man.
bad.
That
Wallahi,
got
like,
emotional. Yeah, like, I got emotional about that one. I can't-
He
I was
was
like, how?
when he
that-
mentioned
that one-
Carrick,
that
he
one
was
really
broken down. He broke
But yeah,
down.
I don't
this is a
understand.
legend, bro. Like this is somebody that he's got a stamp in our
Yeah.
history, bro.
He loves
Like,
United,
He won us a Champions League. Literally won us a Champions
it's
but
League.
he's a
got the goal
fan.
to win.
He's a United
And you
fan.
could tell. That's what I'm saying. That's the most painful thing about it. That's why I really wanted Ole to succeed, and I really want to give him a chance is because he's a legend at the club. You could see that he genuinely loves and has a passion for the club, and that's very rare in football. It's very rare. to
Yeah,
have a
he's like the Norwegian Divock Origi.
yeah. Divock Origi.
Bro,
Origi.
Divock Origi provided Liverpool with elite moments.
No, come on.
Don't-
Don't
come
put,
on.
Don't put him in the same bracket.
Bro, off the bench,
You know,
Champions
hold
League
on.
final.
The same thing.
I hear what you're saying.
But he's got to be a
But do you
goal.
know,
Come on.
listen, first of
You know
all,
what I mean, though?
first of
Divock
all-
is a
first of all,
hit
it's not
cult
the same
hero at
thing.
Liverpool.
First of all, it's not the same thing.
He's provided
because
elite-
they were already winning that game.
Now you got
Which one?
The Champions League final. They're already winning that game. By
What,
the way.
what semi-final?
Don't do that.
What semi-final is Barca?
Semi-final. Okay,
What
fair
semi-final
enough.
is
No,
Barca?
but listen to this. Yeah.
No, but the
As a
finals
striker,
are always most
and
important. And
Sean will tell you-
Ollie, in that period of time, you got to remember United had Dwight York, Andy Cole,
Teddy
Ole
Sheringham.
Gunnar Solskjaer, and Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah.
4 elite
He was fourth
strikers.
choice. Ollie was fourth
Yeah, I
choice.
know, but do you know how many times they relied on him
He
in
had
the
a
last
legendary
15, 20
moment,
minutes?
but he's a legend.
No. He's a legend.
From that
bro.
goal, because of that goal, is legend.
No, not even that.
No.
In games, in the
Bro, I don't
seasons
think
when they
he's
were
Ollie-
struggling,
Ollie's
he
too
was a
much. No, Ollie-
super
no,
sub.
I'm not involved
You
in
know,
this, guys.
Ollie, in terms of as a striker, was incredible.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
but
incredible.
he couldn't start.
But you talk about Champions League final. Apart from that Champions League final goals, there's so many moments. If you look at our history, and not only
he's known to be.
The amount of
only-
league games
no,
they've
bro,
cut,
got to have
he's been clutch.
Clutch, incredible.
I know he's
amount of
clutch, I know
times
he's
he was
clutch, I know he's
bro.
clutch.
Not only that, if you look at the quality of his goals, They're not
I
tap-ins
thought
and
Origi
that.
had quality goals.
Sean will tell you, they're elite, top level goals, bro. Like, you know what it is? They could have, if they were to play with if they only had Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, United would have done all right. Just with them two.
Yeah.
So that's how good those two were. So it's like people always remember Dwight York and Andy Cole, but I think Ollie was just as good as them, bro.
He's shameless still.
Why?
I couldn't hold it in.
Divock Origi.
No, but Liverpool fans know. If you're watching, you're Liverpool fan or you're listening,
Please don't draw out these Liverpool fans. These Liverpool fans, I fucking hate these Liverpool
over
fans.
100 goals for United. We're talking about 127 goals for United, bro. It's not a joke. And they're not like tap-ins and, bro, I'm talking about, if you look at the quality of his goals,
As a fourth choice striker as well.
it's incredible, bro.
give it a look.
And big moments as well.
Divock's giving them big moments as well.
Yeah, Ollie deserves credit, man.
No, it's true, bro. It's true.
No,
But so you saw his interview.
Yeah.
It made you emotional.
Yeah.
I think
it
it was appalling.
You got emotional as well.
I genuinely felt that so bad. Like I didn't rate Man United for that because obviously Ollie's a nice person.
He offered to do that.
Yeah.
United didn't tell him to do that, bro.
Okay.
He offered. He said, "I want to do this interview."
Yeah, for the
Fair
fans.
enough.
He's
Well,
a transparent person. That's what it is. He's a very transparent
fan
person.
of Manchester United.
You know,
bro.
I think it would have been better if my man just did it off his own
I think he
back.
done an exit interview.
Bro,
They would have never called him.
From the outside looking in, I thought it was that. I thought it was, yo, do you want to do an interview? And he's like, you know what, I'll do.
Football, have you ever seen a manager?
That's what I'm thinking. Obviously, Lampard obviously got sacked by Chelsea.
I would have liked that from Frank.
But I didn't know he actually stepped up. I genuinely thought Man United, because he loves Man United and whatever situation. That's what I thought it was.
He even went to the training after he got sacked. So after he got sacked, he went to go meet the players after he got sacked. Gave them a speech. Obviously spoke with the management, spoke with Carrick, basically said it all is goodbye. He done things that he didn't need to do, and managers don't.
I've seen managers get sacked and leave through the back door.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's how it usually works.
Yeah, but when you're a legend and club legend and stuff like that, and like I'd expect you to come out and address the fans that love you as a player and supported you as a manager, even through your hard times of because if it's any normal manager, this is just a normal manager, you're getting sacked earlier. Because you're a player and you're a legend, you get given a little bit more leeway. Yeah, I would have liked that from Frank.
He was, and you're right. You're actually right. You know, he actually was given leeway. Like he was meant to go after the Liverpool game, bro. It was only because of Ferguson that he didn't go. Literally, Ferguson came to the ground and said, "You need to give him a chance. Let him at least try to turn it around." And obviously, that wasn't the case.
Because they knew that the fixtures were a tricky spell for United anyway. We all knew that.
Yeah, as soon as we saw the remember we spoke about the fixtures.
Yeah,
okay, so
I wonder how many points everyone.
That's why I came in all black today. I had to mourn Ollie still.
Yeah,
I had to carry the casket out still.
I give him back love. Is it true about Maguire when he got sent off with the armband? Apparently, he threw the armband.
Yeah, he threw it at Bruno.
Threw it at Bruno.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Maguire will keep the armband?
It's finished.
Do you reckon next?
Why are you saying his name? Why are you saying his name?
Lizzie Maguire.
Lizzie Maguire.
Sorry, I apologize.
I'm so glad.
I stopped saying his name. That's Lizzie Maguire. But
I know how happy you were when he got sent off.
No, I wasn't even happy. I was just, you know what it was? It didn't shock me. First of all, it didn't shock me. It was just like,
but that's karma though.
How obvious is it getting now?
That's karma.
He's just a calamity, bro. And he had the cheek to go out.
He went Sheffield, no?
He went out that night.
He went out that night, bro. He got pictured at some.
Yeah, he went back to his
lounge.
No, he went back to his end in Sheffield.
Apparently, though, it was his dad's birthday or something. But
did he go out with his sis?
No. Yeah, apparently he went with his sisters. Though. Sisters look kind of lame.
No, but you know what?
Do you reckon he'll keep the armband? The next manager comes in. Do you reckon he'll keep the armband? Do you reckon Harry will keep the armband?
Yeah.
I don't think he wants it. So I don't think he'll keep it. I don't want him to keep the armband, bro.
No, I don't think.
I know you don't want him to, but I think he might get given it. He's English, innit?
I don't think that.
English.
He doesn't want it.
He doesn't. Yeah,
I hope he doesn't.
I heard reports he doesn't want it.
So if he doesn't want it, then
yeah, I feel like he can't. Apparently, he's saying that he can't handle the pressure.
He's
I don't know how
shameless,
true
man.
that is, by the way.
For how can you come out and say that though? But then you're trying to silence people against fucking San Marino like that.
But that's why I got onto him.
Yeah, bro.
Like, bro, you're trying to do all of this ear thing and getting excited because you scored against San Marino and Albania, and then look, the first game back from the international break, you got sent off. So it just proves my point, bro. You're just bro.
For me, Bruno Fernandes looks like your leader, man.
Nah, I think it's Ronaldo.
Ronnie has to be captain.
Ronnie has to be captain for me.
Yeah.
Ronnie or De Gea.
He's only there for a short time.
I think it's Ronnie De Gea. I think De Gea is capable of being captain.
Longest serving player at the club.
I think he's capable of captain, but I think Ronaldo, just because his stature and
of course.
I think you're right with Bruno.
He looks like
Even
I think Bruno respects
Bruno
looks up to
yeah,
Ronaldo.
but Bruno
So it's
doesn't
like,
change the
can't be
way.
his he can't be his captain.
Bruno is a talkative player anyway. But
he's very vocal.
He's vocal anyway. So sometimes when you got a vocal player that is going to be vocal anyway, you don't need to give him it because it's not going to change.
He's like an extra
his
captain on the pitch.
Yeah, it's not going to
you
change.
know, back in the day as well, like probably even with the Invincibles, if you look at Invincibles, it wasn't just
Vieira
Tony
was
Adams
captain,
and that.
but
It was probably like
Tony-
you
further
probably
back,
got Martin Keown
Oh,
that was
Martin
quite
Keown was
vocal.
loud,
You probably had Ray Parlour that was quite vocal as
All of
well.
them, all of them.
Everybody was quite vocal. Do you know what I mean? So you got characters. Even United, we had Roy Keane, Rio, Vidic. You look around the pitch,
Gary
Ryan
Neville.
Giggs, Paul
Gary
Scholes,
Neville.
people like everybody, Gary Neville. So you had so
Unless
many
you've got
characters.
like a superior character in the dressing room, I always like when captaincies are given to people that are not as vocal as they should be, because when you give it to them, you're giving them a sense of responsibility, as to say, right, you're my captain, organise this team.
It's like when we gave it to Seska at 21.
With them, Aspie was like that. I
Yeah.
think Aspie became
definitely.
a different level.
Yeah.
Stepped it up.
He stepped it up once
Yeah.
he became captain.
Yeah.
But you know, with Maguire though, do you guys think he doesn't want it because the players don't respect him?
Yeah. No, I
be.
Because I don't. Because
I agree
He
with
does
you.
not control
No,
that dressing
I
room.
agree with you.
I don't think so.
I think I wouldn't say that completely, but I think that is an element of it as well, because I think players like Ronaldo, you got De Gea, Bruno. I don't think they look at this guy and say.
I'm not gonna lie. Even
captain.
Scott McTominay looks more like a captain to
Yeah,
me.
he does.
It's more like a leader to me.
I cried though because I remember this is Ronaldo's first ever captain that's not won any silverware.
How is it?
Yeah.
The first captain he's played with.
That's not won any silverware.
Well,
So okay, so wait.
that's another
This,
I remember reading that
so
on
what
Twitter.
about who's next? So right now I'm hearing you got Carrick leading.
Yeah.
Who's your next game? If you got Arsenal in 2
Chelsea.
weeks,
Chelsea.
Villarreal
So Chelsea,
Yeah, Villarreal tomorrow.
Villarreal,
Actually
Chelsea,
today, sorry.
yeah,
Villarreal
Villarreal,
today,
Chelsea, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Carrick's taking over.
Yeah.
How do you think he'll do?
I think
I
he'll
love
do alright
Carrick.
if he plays himself in midfield.
Yeah, he should
Yeah,
get.
if he
On
plays
Like
himself,
that tweet.
I think he'll do alright.
Yeah, he
I
should-
think he'll do alright still.
He should get on the pitch.
I genuinely believe he's good enough to play. I swear to you, not even joking. Like I genuinely believe Carrick today can play like
He's
this.
phenomenal, man.
I swear to you, I genuinely believe
He's
that.
phenomenal. But, okay,
But he's
yeah.
been at the club and he's been coaching, so it's like
He was there when Mourinho was there.
I don't
He's there when
understand.
Mourinho was there. He's there.
I
It
don't
wasn't
really
working.
know
I don't
what
understand
he's
the.
going to
I
be able
don't.
to
Yeah, I
change.
don't understand the Carrick thing, man. Carrick was
Steve
under.
Bruce?
Carrick was
Yeah.
under thingy,
I don't
under.
say that, don't say
Yeah,
that.
Steve Bruce.
Yeah, I read it. He
Interim,
came out- yeah,
the
they came
interim
out-
for the interim.
Nah.
That's
Brendan Rodgers.
crazy.
Brendan
Nah,
Rodgers.
I don't want Brendan Rodgers either.
Pochettino.
Pochettino. That's the one.
Hey.
That's the one I want.
We hit one.
He's
but
PSG must be a really toxic place for you
It
to
is,
want to
it
just
is.
fucking leave. I'm
It
saying,
is.
fuck this. This
It
is
is.
bullshit.
It
Apparently
is.
he has no no control.
Yeah,
Like,
these
he's literally
owners
a
must
coach.
be a-
Imagine being the
these
manager,
owners.
yeah. Imagine being the manager. Probably he's at training, and then it's probably like everyone's got to be here this time. Neymar and Messi and them lot probably they're not probably done. They're professionals, but if they come in late, he can't say shit.
Mm.
He can't say shit.
I'll do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you want to be the manager there?
Lopetegui's been linked.
Oh, he's horrible.
Nah, I don't want to leave. I know he's going to be a manager, right?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
want him,
he was
I
Real
know,
Madrid
he's
for a
Real
bit.
Madrid,
Nah, I don't.
like, and he got sacked.
He's on that snake Spain just before the World Cup.
Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag is another good option.
I don't think he'd go to Man United.
But at the same time, I don't know about. Like I'm hearing reports about his availability. He's saying that he doesn't want to leave it to the end of the season.
Of course, Ajax are one of the best teams in Europe right now.
Yeah. So
And Zizou's been
I
saying
think,
no.
you know, but apparently he's definitely interested in the job. But he said he will only he's only interested in taking the job at the
I
end
think
of
that's
the
same.
season.
Enrique laughed at it.
I think that's the same as Zidane. I think Zidane's a Champions League manager. He's royal.
I don't think Zidane
He's
wants to
Champions
come
League.
to United.
But I'm saying he's Champions
Yeah.
League.
Yeah.
So even if he does, he'll probably be like, "Let me see to you guys finish the season. If you get Champions League position, then I'll come."
Yeah, but Zidane
He
is a
won't come now.
man that took the Real Madrid job with an elite squad.
One of the best teams ever.
So we haven't seen what he's like with a challenged
So
team.
who's gonna come in now?
This
Brendan's
is what I'm hearing.
Brendan's done as much as he can of Leicester.
Yeah.
Now
Brendan's
they're playing
given up.
shit. Yeah.
Do you think so?
I think Brendan's giving it. I think
You don't
Brendan's throwing
wanna
in the
hear
towel
it.
as
I
well.
want to hear that brother's name, please.
Leicester were
Allow it.
terrible against
I
us.
know, but
As much as we were that good,
yeah.
Leicester were terrible.
But I don't think Brendan's the type of person where he'll leave. I don't think he'll leave midway.
I don't want to discuss that name.
I don't think he'll
wanna
leave
hear
midway
Brendan's
season,
name,
you know?
bro.
Why?
I'd rather stick with Oli. I don't want Brendan Rodgers, bro. Allow
Brendan's
that,
elite
bro.
though.
What's it beef with Brendan?
First of all, he was a manager at Liverpool. First of all, that's first and foremost. I don't even want him at United. That could be the
Yeah, but
main
he was a
reason.
Chelsea academy coach.
I don't care what he was. You managed Liverpool Football Club. I don't want you at United. I don't want you
Okay.
at United, bro.
Also, Man
Rafa was our
Yeah,
manager.
you were associated with Liverpool. Why are you coming to Man United?
Okay.
Like, don't. First of all, that's already one red
So
flag.
who do you
Second
want?
red flag is look at Leicester bottling the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
That's what we're gonna become.
But
We're
that's
gonna be that
Leicester.
team that
That's
they-
Leicester though.
But we were
And look at the
already
position
that-
they
no,
were
but
in.
I'm saying we're just coming off a manager that was a nearly guy.
No, but
And
not
then we're
nearly.
replacing him with
Was you
another nearly
nearly?
guy.
Was you nearly winning the league title? You were like 20
No,
points
but hear
away.
what I'm saying though. We were in a position where we could have won trophies, and we always failed at the last hurdle.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing in another manager that's in the last two couple of years that he's been at Leicester, and also during his time at Liverpool, couldn't get over the last hurdle.
Well, that's the same as Poch.
I don't want that.
But you want Poch for the same, but he's the
No,
same.
but Poch, I think it's a different sort of dynamic.
He's a serious loser as well.
No. I think with Poch it's slightly different. I think Poch, I think giving Poch the resources he's got at United, I think he can get Man United over that line.
Yeah, but Poch, I think, had even better resources than what
Nah,
Brendan
he
had
didn't.
at Leicester.
Not at Tottenham.
No,
Not
but
at Tottenham.
for
I don't
what?
think
No,
so.
in
With Tottenham,
comparison to
yeah.
Brendan with Leicester,
Yeah.
like you got to remember, Brendan's brought through a lot of players that no one's never really even heard of, and he's got them touted as some of the best players in their positions in the league.
I don't doubt that. I think there are definitely good qualities that Brendan has in terms of he's definitely got an eye for.
He's
player.
a real coach.
But even at Liverpool, like was he not the one that who did he bring in at Liverpool? Even bringing in Raheem into the team, and then obviously
Kenny Dalglish brought in Raheem, I think.
yeah, but I'm
first.
saying bringing him into the first team, to the first team.
Okay.
And then having obviously the SSS and then Coutinho, and I think he's definitely got a good eye for a player, and he always has his team playing.
He's a good
certain
coach.
way.
He's a very good
But
coach.
I think he's also another manager where I think when it's crunch time, I think he doesn't have that edge.
I think
for me-
I think Leicester,
history's shown that.
but I think Leicester have never had that to have that.
Yeah, but even at his time at Liverpool, bro,
Yeah,
like
but-
he's like he didn't get the job done at Liverpool.
No,
either.
fair enough. I can understand with Liverpool not getting over the
I
line.
just made a good shot. I just won the FA Cup.
That's fair. Fair. He did
Over
win the
the
FA
boys.
Cup. No, he did win the FA Cup. But I think when we talk about
And the community shield.
he's also the league position in terms of for example, the other season, two seasons, bro. He's in
Top four
for
the whole season, yeah.
and he's
But
bottling
it's
right
not
at the
impressive.
But it's an overachievement for Leicester,
end.
really.
It is an overachievement.
You got to remember, he's
also-
brought through Fofanas. He's brought through Pereiras.
Yeah.
He's brought through some really good.
James Justin.
No, but
James
I
Justin.
don't question his recruitment.
Castagna.
That's Leicester's recruitment in general.
I just,
Yeah, I know. But he's
very
got them playing really well. Like Tielemans never played against us on the weekend. They look absolutely shambolic.
Yeah.
This Sumer guy in the middle, he was
Yeah,
terrible.
Samara.
Yeah.
No, but I think.
So Poch, talk to me about Poch then.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Poch.
So you'd want Poch out of everyone we've mentioned.
Will Poch leave
Yeah,
PSG? Will Poch leave him now?
Huh?
Will Poch leave now?
Wouldn't be
So this
surprised.
is what I'm hearing right
Go
now.
on,
Yeah.
tell me.
So what I've been hearing.
Love his sources.
ITK Liban.
I love Levan sources.
So what I've been hearing is that apparently, and this has been all over social media as well, is that Poch wants the United job right now. But obviously the situation is a bit techie because he doesn't want. Obviously, so his position is I'm signaling that I want the job, but I'm not. I haven't come forward to say that I want the job publicly.
You end up getting sued and everything.
Yeah,
and all
do
this
you get
kind
me?
of shit, and you lose money.
So yeah, exactly. So he's signaled that he definitely wants a job now, but and I think PSG's position is they're open to that idea if they're able to get Zidane in, because apparently Zidane's also interested in taking the PSG job. So
that's Zidane's kind of
Zidane
way.
in France.
yeah,
An easy league title. Zidane's an easy man. I've clocked it.
Because he wants to go
I've clocked
down,
it still.
and his next to his name, he's got 10 Champions Leagues,
Yeah.
all that stuff, league titles.
And then getting to manage them
through.
through.
What he's
He's
doing.
smart.
He's a smart fucker.
Stat padder. He's a stat padder.
Yeah, he's a yeah.
We'll
in
talk
a
about stat
sense,
padder.
Yeah, you're right.
As a
you're right.
man,
Harry
just
Zidane.
stat padder.
Yeah.
Harry Zidane.
That's crazy. But so
So Poch to United's down to PSG.
apparently so that's
That's
rumor.
Liban sources, guys.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
I want to know who he chats
And
to.
apparently, when they replaced Tuchel last year, apparently it was during the winter break, right? So you know,
Yeah, he
professionally
came in
usually
January, yeah.
Usually get in winter break. So
December.
I think apparently so. So United are basically waiting till the winter break to see if they can negotiate with PSG to get Poch in, and then that will give it enough time for PSG to negotiate with Zidane. So by the time that their winter break is over, so ideally we could have Poch after the winter break, and with Zidane also going.
But so who you gonna have from now till then?
because
you need interim.
They'll probably stick with Carrick until then.
So Carrick is gonna manage through the toughest part of the season. Not December. December's like the toughest part of the
It
season.
depends on how. Obviously, from now, obviously this is just the rumors, and I'm just telling you what the rumors are. But from now till you never know. In the next coming week, so much can happen. This time next week, we could be on a podcast talking about Poch's appointment.
Ten
So
Hag.
that's how quick things can change. So
Wallah, we could be talking about Man United playing Europa League football. For all we know, Wallah.
could be. But we'll see. Innit? I think. Ideally, that's the man I want personally. Innit? That's the man that I want. I want Poch. So, yeah, that's.
Pochettino. Who do you think United should get, and who do you think they will
Who
get?
they should get?
Who do you think they should get? Who do you think they will get?
I think Poch is a very good coach, by the way. I think he's a
Yeah, no,
very,
I
very good
like
coach. All his teams always
Yeah.
play a good.
I think they should get Rodgers, but I think they. I'm not an enemy. I'm a realist, you know. I'm a realist. I'm a realist.
Why do you take Rodgers?
I would take Rodgers. I'd love Rodgers.
Chelsea.
He was a Chelsea coach.
I know he's a Chelsea coach during Mourinho's days, but I'm saying, would you take him?
100%.
That's cat.
I think he's
You
ruthless.
said that with a smile on his face.
No, but I think he's ruthless. I like his attitude of how he attacks games. When they lose, he's pissed. When they win, he's still not necessarily over the moon. Like he's a very ruthless manager. I like him. But I think they eventually, I think they end up.
And all he's missing is that top job.
Yeah,
Rodgers.
I think he deserves a job anyway.
Top job, bro.
Nah, but no. He made Liverpool that top job. But before that was the highest Liverpool finished in years.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying that Liverpool, regardless.
But Liverpool wasn't. Liverpool was like a top.
No, in the
17.
position of where they he's given something.
As the club, though, look, Man United.
No, the club is big, but it's
being a Man United match is still a big deal. Same with Liverpool, bro. I think being the manager of Liverpool Football Club is a big job, bro.
Of course,
Yeah, I know.
We're talking about one of the most historical clubs in Europe.
But in context of what they're given at the time,
Yeah.
it's not. He hasn't been given something.
I've
Look at Zidane, bro. We're talking about managers, and you talk about the best managers in the world, and people will talk about Zidane's and fucking.
I don't want Zidane the other club.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
One name that I actually don't want. I think when we talk,
You
about
can see
vibes,
through the bullshit.
I think he's a vibe. He's a vibes guy. I think he's more of a guy that people play for him because they respect him rather than.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I agree with you. There was one time I can't remember what it was. I think it was like FIFA awards or like best 11, none of them weird awards. And I saw Zidane on stage one time, and he rocked up with these jeans, yeah. And I don't know how to find the image. It's the tightest jeans, like it was sprayed on. After that, I couldn't respect him.
Crazy.
I swear to God.
Well, you didn't have him as your favorite 11, so I understand.
No, that's why.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find
because of the jeans.
No, but bro, it was. I want to try and find it for you.
Is it the one with the brown? No. That's when he was a player.
So
you're talking about as a manager.
I've seen some horror fits from
Yeah.
footballers, man.
As a manager, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because as a player, I've seen that lineup of the horror show of fashion.
You can't have that as a manager.
Yeah, that's
that's
crazy.
You can't have that as a
That's
manager.
horrible.
Yeah, that's crazy. Blazer's a good fit, but them jeans.
It's sprayed on.
It's like he's going on the beach.
Bro, have you not seen that picture of all like the Man United team back in the day? They were going out for lunch or something, and you're seeing.
But that's
baggy-
the era. That's the era,
Yeah,
man.
See that one?
Not that
John
one.
O'Shea,
In general,
Brown shoes, blue denim jeans.
The
I'm
baggiest
telling you,
of
some of the
clothes.
fits footballers.
No, that's era. Well, I'm not.
So Rio Ferdinand
concerned
came
with
out the white suit.
white suit, yeah,
cane ones.
Crazy.
crazy.
But for me, that's just era.
Yeah.
Even
Even
like,
Messi, remember that Messi?
Bron
that
wore
suit that-
fucking.
See Kobe and I think it was on a talk show and he had like the baggiest suit. I couldn't believe it.
Michael Jordan still wears baggy
NBA players are
jeans
just-
now.
NBA players are just weirdos, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is Bron back in the
Right
States.
now, their dress sense is
just
crazy.
do,
though.
they just do everything for the camera. They're
Yeah.
like, how
No,
crazy.
not now. I said back in the days, like the baggy jeans.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Bro, look how Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook
He'll
just
wear a dress to a
fucking
game. He'll wear a dress to a game.
Sicko.
But he's a fashion icon, isn't it?
But yeah, that's Man United. Ole has officially been sacked. United are in search for a new manager. Free Ole. What do you think will happen to Ole? Do you think he'll get a big job again?
I have no idea, bro.
Premier League job again?
Yeah, I think it.
Maybe longer than lines.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He might be the next Newcastle manager.
After Eddie Howe?
So how long is Eddie Howe sticking out for?
I
I think he could still potentially land another Premier League job.
Uh-huh.
But apparently I heard he's taking a break from football.
Yeah, he'll take a break. Yeah, he'll take a break.
I don't blame
him.
He says he hasn't seen his family and stuff, so.
The amount of stress he would have taken and even on his days off, it's probably non-stop.
No, but he says it's like his family has taken his child likes it over in back home, so he hasn't seen his missus, his
That's
kids
what I'm
and
saying.
stuff.
He needs some time off. But you guys leave your comments below on who you think Man United should appoint.
Steve Bruce, man.
Steve Bruce, maybe
Club legend.
Rodgers, Pochettino, Ten Hag, Zidane. So many names.
I like that thingy
Lopetegui
manager.
apparently.
What's his name? That former Lille manager that went to Rennes, I think.
Is that?
That former Lille manager that went Rennes just now. I think Rennes or Nice, one of those ones.
Oh, what about him?
Oh, the one from last season.
Yeah.
You want him to come to Man United?
No, as in just an
being
outside
linked.
shout. As an outside.
Okay.
So, well, let us know who you guys
Another outside shout. Ragnick. I can't lie to you. I watched one video of him talking about football. Yeah, I was
sold. Yeah,
I was sold. You know, I've never seen this guy manage. I don't even. I did not know who he was. About
bro, a lot of people get you like that. They'll get you like that. They'll show a clip of someone talking about tactics.
Bro, I was listening. I was sold. I swear to you, I watched that. It was like a little 2-minute video, bro. Yeah. The way he was breaking down football, I was sold. I said, I want this man right now.
I'm not gonna lie. Unai Emery sold me for a bit. Yeah. When we signed him, I heard about the USB thing. I was like, yeah, that's my man. Apparently, he gave every player a USB with footage on it and told him to watch it. And then one player, Mustafi, his USB was empty, nothing on it, to test him if he actually watched. So when they came back, he said, "Do you guys watch the footage?" Just to see if Mustafi would say yeah. I thought, yeah, this guy is tactical. Fuck, he's crazy. He got me.
Yeah, he got me. Like, no, the Ragnar one got me good. I can't lie to you. And then I was reading reports that how I watched something, or not watched something, I read something how Klopp was talking about how he looks up to Ragnar. I said,
grab him
right now.
Listen, he could be. That's a good outside shot as well. It's good. It's always the managers you don't expect that do the best jobs. True. Always. And I'm gonna end on one thing as well. Do you think, honestly now, if David Moyes was given opportunity for longer, do you think he'd be in a better position today?
Oh, I thought you meant. Sorry,
no, not back.
To come back.
I didn't miss right. Because I thought you were gonna say David Moyes as a shout to come back.
He probably turned it down. He's having a good time at West Ham. And he's having a good time at West Ham. But do you think if he stayed, if he had a chance, he'd be in a better position today? We never know, because then again, like every man just brought something. Van Gaal brought in Rashford, like that kind of. We never know if that would happen.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to end on. But yeah, get involved in the comments below. Hashtag SDS Pod on Twitter to let us know anything you guys want us to talk about, and SDS Pod as well on the TikTok. Let us know what you guys think about Ole. And that's 6 managers that have been sacked now already this season.
What do you think the number will end up?
Yeah, before we end this video, how many?
You always try to end this video. You never end this video.
Because he asked another question. I thought it was a good question. But end of the season, how many managers do you think?
Eddie Howe's getting sacked.
It's been 6 already. Give us a prediction. It's been 6 already.
Eddie Howe's one of them, so that's 7.
We've already passed the quarter mark. More than a quarter of managers have been sacked.
I don't see many. If
I say
any.
9.
I'd say maybe 8.
I say 9.
Eddie Howe, because Newcastle have to stay up.
Eddie Howe's getting sacked, bro. I'm telling you guys now.
I don't think so. I think
within the calendar, within the year, I don't think it will. Not calendar year, but within the season.
What about Arteta?
They'll be sacked at the end of the season, but they won't be sacked in the season. Once you get past January, you're kind of cemented to the end of the season.
So how many do you think?
Maybe one bottom league team that if they're really on a bad rut, they'll sack someone.
So give me a number. We've got 6 already.
I'd say 8 max. 8 max. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Southampton manager might get the sack.
He's been doing alright though, no?
Go on. Give me a prediction. How many more do you think will get sacked? We've had 6 already.
I think he's doing well, so I don't think it's him.
Are you?
Like, Wolves manager's doing very well now.
Give me a number. Use your question. Give me a number.
I said 9.
9 overall.
Yeah.
So 3 more to get sacked. And Levan?
How many did you get sacked?
6.
So
6.
I'm gonna go a bit lower, and I'm gonna go 8.
8. I say 7. I think I know more go. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you guys want to know what to do. Get involved in the comments and on socials. Peace.